Since day one, we've been in love with this community. We plan on being here for years to come. We plan on being here for our community, and we plan on participating in a way that gives back to the community as much as it gives back to us. My name is Dino Venti. I'm co-founder of Venti's Cafe, and I would like to share my origin story. I arrived in Salem January 1st, 1996. At the ripe old age of 28, I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, full of ambition and looking to make a difference, looking to make opportunity, and trying to find my place in this world. I feel this story is as much about the business as it is about the community.
We have built restaurants that welcome everyone, a menu for all tastes and dietary needs, a huge selection of local beers, and a kids menu that your little ones will love.
I found a beautiful downtown with a lot of potential. I found a community that I wanted to bring a healthy option for lunch and for dinner. And then I quickly found a community that was thirsty for much more than just food nourishment, but identity nourishment, a place where we can start identifying ourselves as being a place where we have culture. Within a year of opening my restaurant, I was introduced to the sport of mountain biking and was encouraged to get involved in this sport because I'd still yet to embrace Oregon and everything it had to offer, especially the outdoors. First of all, to make the sport possible, we need great trails. And most of the trails that I participate in and ride my bikes on are mostly volunteer built, or at least volunteer managed, or the stewardship is volunteer labor. I felt compelled to bring something to one of my restaurants that supports this volunteer type effort. And that was the advent of our Elves for Trails program that we have at Venti's downtown. Having this awakening as a businessman to be civically minded, civically involved, having results for the young people in our community in the early days really encouraged me to look deeper into the needs of our community. So our community involvement officially began with our Live Salem campaign. And this program enabled us to bring nonprofits in once a month to give them exposure and support for their cause. We have since evolved that into our community taps, which gives the community the opportunity anytime they come into our restaurant to donate to one of the nonprofits that we support.
My involvement began on the weekends riding the city bus down to see Uncle Dino, and I would usually bring a friend along. So he would have me prep some chicken in order to work in food trade for my free lunch, which was awesome.
In the early days, we operated in a small space in the Reed Opera House, serving chicken and rice bentos and ice cream. Now we have 2 full-service restaurants with full bars, still serving our original rice dishes, as well as vegetarian, vegan, gluten-sensitive, and comfort food.
I'm Conrad Venti. My origin story with Venti started when I was 12 years old in 1996 when my Uncle Dino and Uncle Mike opened Venti's Cafe. As a 12-year-old, I got to see what it was like to be an entrepreneur, which meant that you're there living at the business day in and day out. So that kind of drew in the original desire to just be part of Venti's. I went on to go to school at Western Oregon and majored in business finance and worked in real estate lending and banking for 15 years. But as my family grew, I have 5 children now, it became really evident that the family business could create different opportunity for my family. After many, many years of dreaming and talking to Uncle Dino about how we could grow the business and shape the business and really impact our team and our community, I've made the decision to jump out of commercial banking and come into the family business as a business partner. Since then, we've had some other exciting opportunities, but really our focus is giving back to our team. How can we best create an environment for a workforce that is life-giving? But to me, family is everything, and my Uncle Dino is a big part of that. My mom was an incredible part of that growing up. She was a single mother, and I was an only child growing up. And at certain points, despite having great family support, we were on the verge of poverty throughout my life. We have felt over the years that as the community has continued to support us for 25 years, that it is our responsibility to just give back as much as we can with our time, with our resources, but also just creating an environment for my kids to understand that this community is bigger than each one of us. So the business in itself provides an opportunity for my family to work, for my employees to work, but more so we then need to turn around and give that right back to the community. Family Building Blocks works with children and families to keep them safe and keep families together. Isaac's Room down the street has 2 coffee shops, and they work with divested youth. And then more recently, Church at the Park, we've been more involved with in specifically their efforts to support micro-shelter communities for the unsheltered people in our community.
After over 25 years in business, I am still filled with hope and optimism for our community, for our country. Our goal is to grow our business to bring more meaningful jobs to our community. For the first time in my business career, I've been able to bring a benefit to my workforce. We all now offer our workforce a health benefit, and that means a lot to me. As we try to grow our business, we're going to do it in a way that is more sustainable in the products that we use and the employment opportunities that we bring to our workforce and in the way we impact our greater community.